Yo, what's up boys, welcome back to another video, and today in this video I'm going to be telling you guys a controversial opinion I have, that I actually think that Rank 2.0 isn't as bad as people think. And yeah, so I know I'm going to get slaughtered, and I know people just generally hate Rank 2.0, but let me explain why I think Rank 2.0, whilst it's not perfect, it's way better than what people think it is or what people say it is. So essentially, if you don't know what Rank 2.0 is, they changed the ranking system. So essentially, that you will start off as copper, and they eliminated placement games. So ranked is sort of like your visual rank isn't equal to your hidden rank. So this is usually like a thing called your hidden MMR, which is called your skill, and that determines how much elo you get per win. So for example, a copper who starts off as copper, who's a real copper who starts off as copper will get like 30 points a win, like 30 elo a game. Whilst a champion will get like 110 elo per game until we get to like level until he gets a plat where he'll get like 100 elo, then emerald he'll get like 90 elo, diamond he'll get like 90 elo, etc. So it like keeps going down. For example, I hit champ last season and I currently get 30 elo for a win and 30 elo for a loss in diamond 1, diamond 2 elo. But when I was in silver I was getting like 110 elo a win and minus 10 for a loss. So essentially I think this is a good system because it encourages people to play the game. So if you remember in the old system, you would have 10 placement games, and essentially what would happen is if you play the 10 placement games, if you hit a plat before, you would essentially just get like, after 10 placement games, you'd be diamond already, and there was no champion rank back then in ranked 1.0 at the start. Essentially, after those 10 ranked games you had played, like you would literally be plat. There was no incentive to grind. There was no reason to grind. I think with the addition of the champion rank and rank 2.0, it makes you climb. Like the amount of people that have played like over 500 games per season. Like I played 600 games last season. I know I had no life. I also just finished uni for this year, but like it does incentivize people to play, and in turn, people are more likely to play the game, more likely to buy like skins, etc. Buy RTX credit. So that's definitely like on Ubisoft's like why Ubisoft thinks that Rank 2.0 is good, because people keep playing the game, they'll grind the game, etc. And yeah, so and the first point why I think Rank 2.0 is good because it makes people play more games per season. In the old system, after your 10 placement games, most people would be their rank already, and people would just get boosted really easily. So I think that's a very positive, like the first positive note on why Rank 2.0 is good. Secondly, I think Rank 2.0 is good because you can play with all your friends. So if you guys don't know, in Ranked 1.0, you could there's sort of like a lock, like a skill lock essentially. So let's say you were plat, you couldn't queue with a copper. So if I want to play one of my IRLs who was a copper and I was a plat, I would not be able to do that because you were only allowed to play with people who were 1,000 MMR, like either above or below you. So let's say plat is like what 3,200 MMR. You could only play with people that were what, diamond or above, which is what 4,200 was, or it was like silver 4. So yeah, I can never play with my friends who were like copper. I'd have to buy a Smurf account or just like D rank or troll. And this is pretty shit because, you know, whilst it is a competitive game, people do want to play with their friends. So I understand why they've changed that, because now people can play with their friends. Like I can play with my friends that copper, and whilst I'm a champ, and it doesn't really ruin that experience. I know they will probably play against higher players, and people say this is boosting, but no, I just want to play with my friends, to be honest. So yeah, I think that's a very good reason why Rank 2.0 is good, because it encourages people to play with their friends. And in Ubisoft's eyes, this might reduce smurfing because people won't need to go on their Smurf accounts to play with their friends. I remember, like, I used to have like a copper account which I would just fucking troll on, like in my spare time, just so I could play with my friends. And people would be like, "Why don't you play unranked? Unranked's fucking shit. If you want to play unranked, you should just go play by yourself, bro. That is the worst game mode." I'm also a big advocate for Rank 2.0 because it gives greater incentives to play. So for example, you get like rewards for every rank you've got. So like at the end of the season, I'll have like fucking 50 alpha bags. I do wish there were more rewards, like rather than just being charms. For example, let's say like every time you hit like your peak rank, for example, let's say I'm a silver player, I hit gold. I think you should get like a lot of credits, or not a lot of credits, but like a lot of rewards for that, because I mean it shows like you've hit your peak rank. Like there should be a reason to like grind for lower skill players. I know like once you hit gold 1, you get like a castle headgear, but who the fuck cares about that? I think there should be more incentives. So if you have more incentives, more rewards, people will keep playing higher. But I do think like one of the good reasons about Rank 2.0 is that there is a lot of incentives to play. Like you get like the charms, etc. So I know like previously in the old Siege, let's say I hit diamond, I would only get the diamond charm. Now when I hit diamond in Rank 2.0, I get the diamond charm, I get the plat charm, I get every consecutive charm until the rank I've hit. So yeah, I think that's a good reason. I know people hate Rank 2.0 because like it's sort of like the matchmaking is unfair, but like people forget that the matchmaking was always unfair in Rank 1.0. I know it was because people would just be boosted. For example, a low ranked player, let's say level 50 player who plays ranked, he could win, like he could have been carried in all 10 of his placement games, and he would be in plat sort of emerald elo. So I do think that like whilst people say the matchmaking is unfair and that there is accuracy to that, people need to like stop being blinded by nostalgia, and that like ranked 1.0 wasn't fair as well. Like ranked 1.0 was full of cheaters, ranked 1.0 was full of like unfair games where you'd have like a shit player on your team. Like I remember the amount of times in ranked 1.0 where I'd be solo queuing and I'd be playing into full 5 stack. And that doesn't really happen this time, unless like normally what would happen is like in ranked 2.0, if you're playing into 5 stack, you have a 4 stack whilst you're solo queuing. So it's sort of like, I know it's not perfect, but like there's not much you can do. If you're solo queuing in high elo, then it's kind of your fault. Like most people in high elo like stack in the 5 stack. So yeah, I know people want to add like a solo queue playlist, but I don't think a solo queue playlist would be good, because a lot of people like don't solo queue, like they play with like, so it would mean that it'd be very hard for people to quad queue. So you need to, and I think the solo queue would dilate the playlist, so there wouldn't be that many more active playlists. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of the solo queue playlist that people are suggesting. I do think that Rank 2.0 needs a lot of changes. I know that there have been like attempts to change it. For example, like giving like making your skill more visible. Like so your hidden MMR is not visible. I do think that people are pissed that you can't see what your actual hidden MMR is until you've virtually like got into the rank and you can see that your elo is declining. I wish there was a way for that to be shown, and so that can be sort of like a progression element that like new players or like existing players can see, like, oh, my hidden MMR is Emerald 3 and I'm like plat, I'm getting very close to it, so like I know now that I'm going to start losing more elo and gaining less elo, so like, I have to like step up. I think that would be very cool to see. And I do think that one thing that Rank 2.0 should have is a leaderboard system in game. Like I don't know why there's not a leaderboard system like similar to Valorant. We can see like who the top player is, etc. I think that would make people grind a lot. I know there are a lot of cheaters, so normally just be full of cheaters, but I think that would be a really cool system. But yeah. Anyways, that's why I think Rank 2.0 is good. So I think it gives greater incentives, it makes people play the game longer, and you can also play with your friends. I know there are a lot of various problems with Rank 2.0, but I just think it's like, it's way better than Ranked 1.0, and whilst it's not perfect, there's not much you can do. Like, no game has a perfect rank system. People always be like fucking annoyed, so yeah. Anyways, guys, have a good day, take care, see you guys later, this is Octez, have a good one.